Welcome in. We're about to count down 5 of the worst frozen foods for diabetics, which is important to know because we all tend to depend upon many food items from the frozen food aisle. These quick and cost-effective products often seem healthy, but pay attention, because many of your favorite frozen foods are secretly linked to issues like heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. So let's investigate the worst freezer aisle foods for diabetics. Here's the deal. In general, the major problems with processed frozen foods comes down to how processed they are. The worst frozen food offenders will be loaded with artery-clogging saturated fats, and in some cases, potentially toxic trans fats. And some frozen foods are also shockingly high in sodium, which can contribute to a wide range of harmful outcomes for your body. Of course, diabetics need to be especially aware of the ridiculous amount of carbohydrates and simple sugars contained within many frozen foods. And for addictive flavor enhancements and an extended shelf life, many food corporations are very happy to utilize cheap additives and preservatives, while marketing their products as healthy. But chances are, when you think of obviously unhealthy frozen foods, a specific type of product comes to mind, and you probably loved it as a kid. What is it? Well, it's probably time for you to stop buying those frozen snack meals. These processed mini meals seem easy to love, and chances are you've loved them since you were a kid. After all, frozen snack meals have been the quick and easy after-school go-to for generations. Pizza rolls, mozzarella sticks, savory pies, taquitos. It's not like the companies that offer you and your kids these tasty treats are hiding the unhealthiness of their products, but you may not be aware just how harmful they can be. These snacks may be tasty, but that's basically because they are made with some of the cheapest ingredients on the planet. Their crusts and coatings are typically made with glucose-wrecking, refined white flour. They are often loaded with sodium for preservation and flavor enhancement, and many of these products are pre-fried with low-quality cooking oils. They may also contain significant amounts of high-sodium cheese and processed meats. Some frozen appetizers may even contain dreadful high-fructose corn syrup. Stay tuned, we'll tell you the real reason this stuff is so bad for you a little later in this video. But just so you know, your beloved pizza rolls, savory pie pockets, and other favorites have been linked to a host of unwanted conditions that can heighten your risk of developing heart disease and diabetes. These include post-meal blood sugar spikes, increased inflammation, higher LDL cholesterol, raised blood pressure, and weight gain. Don't forget to click the link below to receive your 3 free guidebooks. And if you're enjoying this video, we'd really appreciate a like. Plus, tell us your thoughts about freezer aisle foods. Comment below. Now, taking advantage of frozen vegetables can be an inexpensive and impressive method for acquiring needed nutrients. But there's one type of frozen veggie you should avoid. We'll tell you all about it next. First, what if you want to defrost some frozen meat for a quick lunch or dinner? Well, just because they aren't wrapped in a pie crust doesn't mean you are safe with frozen breaded meat and seafood products. In a pinch, who hasn't reached for easy oven-made or microwavable chicken nuggets, corn dogs, or fish sticks? But let's get real here. They may have less refined flour than frozen pot pies, but they are still breaded, and their breaded coatings are still typically made from high GI, refined white flour. Plus, just like other frozen meals, frozen breaded meat and seafood products are often pre-fried in cholesterol-increasing, saturated fat-laden cooking oils. That's why eating too much of these foods has been shown to heighten levels of artery-clogging LDL cholesterol, while reducing levels of artery-cleansing HDL cholesterol. It also means these frozen foods will be high in calories, but low in nutritional value. Still, the meat within should signal that you will at least get some needed protein in your fast food. Sadly, the meat and fish used in these products are often low quality and highly processed, with added preservatives, flavor enhancers, and carbohydrate fillers. Corn dogs are especially problematic, as hot dogs themselves are extremely processed and filled with salt and other nasty preservative agents, including nitrates and nitrites. These chemical compounds have been linked to colorectal and gastric cancers. Plus, corn dogs are, of course, coated in cornmeal, another highly glycemic breading that is not only loaded with refined carbs, it may supply harmful high fructose corn syrup. Consuming HFCS sweetened foods can increase your heart disease risk factors, including heightened LDL cholesterol and triglycerides. Studies have also found that this type of sugar can mess with your hunger hormones, like leptin and ghrelin. That can lead to overeating and increased caloric intake. On top of all this, overdoing your HFCS intake may lead to conditions like abdominal weight gain, renal vascular resistance, and even tumor growth of some forms of cancer. And at the end of the day, your favorite chicken nuggets and fish sticks will definitely be high in sodium, that major contributor to hypertension, heart disease, and diabetes. What other extremely popular frozen meal sounds healthy, but in reality is absolutely loaded with glucose-spiking carbs? Stick around, the answer is coming up next. First, let's get to that one type of frozen veggie that supplies negative nutrition: frozen potato products. It may seem like you are making a healthy choice by going for baked French fries over fast food drive-thru fries. And technically speaking, that's true. Fast food chains often deep fry their potato products in especially damaging, highly processed cooking oils, which are often reused for multiple batches. That will increase their trans fat content, something you definitely want to avoid. But even still, baking your frozen potato products will not save you from consuming a huge load of saturated fat. Just like chicken nuggets, frozen French fries and similar potato products are usually pre-fried in those same hazardous cooking oils. The frying process adds significant amounts of fat to these products, making them calorie-dense but nutritionally poor. Worse still, this frying process can create acrylamide, a potentially toxic chemical compound that has been linked to a variety of harmful issues, including heart-damaging inflammation and cancer-linked oxidative stress. And let's get to the heart of the issue when it comes to frozen potatoes. They will surely be high in carbohydrate content. Often made from high-starch white potatoes, these products will be high glycemic with zero fiber. So even baked French fries can easily skyrocket your blood sugar. Of course, frozen potato products are also often heavily salted during their processing, and you already know that excess sodium intake can contribute to a wide range of diabetes-related health problems, from water retention and bloating to increased blood pressure and weight gain. So what have studies uncovered that makes today's #1 worst frozen choice astonishingly problematic for your blood sugar? Stay tuned to learn the answer. But tomorrow morning, you may want to pass on the frozen breakfasts. Sure, 3 quick minutes in the microwave sounds like the perfect morning cooking method to ensure that you are on time for your busy day ahead. But frozen breakfast products such as frozen waffles, breakfast pastries, and frozen breakfast sandwiches have all the hallmarks of fast food unhealthiness. After all, they are usually made with refined white flour and have little to no fiber. And plenty of those dessert-like breakfast pastries are loaded with added sugars. Plus, frozen breakfast items often contain potentially toxic preservatives and artificial flavoring agents. These processed ingredients contribute to systemic inflammation, oxidative stress, and metabolic disturbances. So it shouldn't come as a shock to learn that frozen breakfast products are incredibly high glycemic and can cause a dangerous blood sugar spike and subsequent crash. Meanwhile, those delicious and quick frozen breakfast sandwiches, with their processed meats, starchy breading, cheap cheeses, and other potentially toxic additives, can give you a damaging combination of simple sugars, saturated fat, and sodium. And many frozen breakfast meals can also contain highly inflammatory trans fats and high fructose corn syrup. So, like other foods on this list, your favorite frozen breakfast treats will be calorie dense, but nutritionally deficient. And it's why high consumption of frozen breakfast products is associated with increases to cholesterol, weight, and blood sugar. Okay, it's time to reveal maybe the most harmful frozen food for your overall health. Beware of those frozen pizzas. Welcome to the best, or maybe worst, of all worlds. That's because, while you can usually find every type of ingredient you desire all on one frozen pizza, it will also check pretty much every box for negative nutrition. Let's start at the base, or, well, the crust. Naturally, or rather unnaturally, your favorite frozen pizza brand will undoubtedly be made from refined white flour. Of course, your pizza will offer you little to no fiber, so your body will quickly digest and process its large amounts of sugar. And there's a good chance eating just a few slices can result in a damaging blood sugar and insulin spike. And overindulging in frozen pizzas can worsen your insulin resistance and increase your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Meanwhile, most frozen pizzas are loaded with saturated fat heavy processed meats like pepperoni and sausage. Deli meats like these, on their own, are highly processed and are treated with excessive amounts of blood pressure increasing sodium. But even veggie pizzas can still be high in salt, along with other preservatives and additives. And to top off all of this unhealthiness, pretty much every frozen pizza will be covered in high-fat, high-sodium cheeses. You may have noticed that frozen pizza ingredients are suspiciously similar to fast food ingredients. And guess what? Medical and nutritional experts consider frozen pizza to be fast food. And a 2014 study comparing regular consumption of fast food, including frozen pizza, with home-cooked meals found that regular intake of fast food products led to a worsened lipid profile and increased blood sugar levels for study participants. And studies show that their combination of refined carbs, processed fats, and high amounts of sodium can lead to systemic inflammation, which is heavily linked to both heart disease and metabolic disorders like IBS, obesity, and diabetes. Not too shocking, but it proves that saving yourself some time and money by choosing frozen pizza and other frozen foods may add up to some expensive medical bills down the road. But this doesn't mean that you have to skip the frozen food aisle entirely. What freezer section meals and ingredients are actually beneficial for your blood sugar and your heart health? Stay tuned to Diabetes Smarts, because we will cover that topic in an upcoming video.